All right, here we go. This is IELTS Writing Task 2, the two-part question essay. So let's get started. Like I said in the video before, the opinion essay or agree-disagree essay and all the other IELTS Writing Task 2 essays, both for the academic and the general exam, they're all very similar. The structure is very similar. We have an introduction, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. So for this lesson, we're going to talk about the two-part question essay and how it is a little different. So first, we'll look at an example essay prompt. We'll look at the overview of the essay structure. We'll look at the details of the essay structure, go over some example vocabulary and phrases, and look at an example essay. And then you will always have time to practice throughout the video. So first, let's look at this example essay prompt. So some companies pay a lot of money to market their products. Is this a good way to raise brand awareness? Do you think there is a better way to promote a business? So what do you think? What kind of companies have you seen? What kind of marketing techniques or what kind of things do they do to advertise their products? Do you know a lot of brands that are creating advertisements, maybe like Apple or Nike? Do you see these brands use advertising to help you know their brand, to raise brand awareness? So this is what the essay prompt will look like on the day of your exam. Some companies pay a lot of money to market their products. Is this a good way to raise brand awareness? Do you think there's a better way to promote a business? So again, the essay prompt, then you should spend about 40 minutes on this task. So you have 1 hour for IELTS writing section. You should spend 20 minutes on task 1 and 40 minutes on task 2. This is because task 2 is worth more points. It's weighted more on your score. So give reasons for your answer. Include any relevant examples from your knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. So again, make sure you write at least 250 words. So let's look at the structure of the two-part question IELTS Writing Task 2 essay. So like I said, it's very similar to all the other essays. We have 4 paragraphs, introduction, 2 supporting paragraphs, and a conclusion. You'll notice this one is a little different than the one before. That's because we have added a transition. So in writing, it's good to transition between one paragraph and the other, between different ideas. So because this essay is a 2-part question and both questions are connected to each other, we're going to add a transition between the 2 supporting paragraphs here. So it's 2 questions. Some companies pay a lot of money to market their product. Question number 1, is this a good way to raise brand awareness? Question number 2, do you think there is a better way to promote a business? So before we look at this essay, let's look at some example vocabulary and phrases. So we have a list of words here. These are some different vocabulary words you can use in your advertisement essay. So if it's a topic, if the topic is about advertising, these are some of the vocabulary words that are good to know. So we have word of mouth, outweigh, implement, profit, maximize, advertising agency, oversee, innovative, creative, promote, tactical, simplicity, competitor, and technical. All right, so think about these words, and maybe you can think of how we can use these words a little differently. For example, the noun competitor, how can we make that a verb? Or the adjective innovative, how can we make that a verb? So let's look at these words a little bit more in detail. We'll look at some of these words. So the first few words, these are some different forms we can make with the words. So we have innovative, and the verb can be innovate, noun innovations, and adjective innovative. Again, that's the word we saw on the previous slide. And then we have an adverb, innovatively. So that is a different color because we don't often see this word. We don't use it very often. So just be careful with this word. It's good to recognize it, the adverb, but it might not be a word to use in your writing. Then we have competitor. So this is someone who is competing, a person or a company. So we have compete, the verb, competitor, competition. This is a different type of word. Competitive and competitively. Now we have implement. So this is to put into effect. To implement is the verb. Implementation, the noun. Again, the different color we don't use very often, but it's good to recognize this word. Implementable. Then we have maximize. This is to make the most of. Maximize. Maximization. That is our noun. And then we have profit. So this is the same word for verb and a noun. To profit or our profit or the profit of the company. And then profitless and profitlessly. Again, the different color, and we have what we call an asterisk. It looks like a star here. This is just because the word changes. Profitless means to not make any money, where profit is making money. Promote, and the verb to promote, the noun promotion, and then promotable. So a product might be easily promotable. Let's look at a couple example sentences. So the company suffered a profit loss. We have profit loss. A successful advertising. So this is a company that helps advertise products. Would be able to implement or to put into effect various ads that would help sell the product. Advertising through word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So word of mouth is telling friends about a product or a service because it does not cost anything and you can trust the source of the advertisement. So this is a very smart way or skillful way or calculated way to implement a simple and innovative, so innovative is like creative or new, marketing campaign to turn a profit. So we have a phrase, turn a profit. This means to make money, All right, so before we start, think about how you plan to write your essay. So brainstorm some ideas. Think about how companies use marketing. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it successful? Is it not? So think about this. Pause the video for a few minutes, and when you are ready, you can start the video again. All right, so you had some time to brainstorm some ideas. Now you're going to use those ideas to make an outline. So we are going to create an outline with our ideas. All right, so you can use this outline to create your outline. So think of how to paraphrase the essay prompt. So you need to rewrite the essay prompt. Think about the thesis statement. What is the main idea you will talk about? All right, and then for your supporting paragraph, you have your topic sentence, you have your example or experience, and your explanation. Remember, number 4, you will transition between one paragraph to the next. So remember, a transition is to be able to go from one idea and talk about the next idea. So paragraph 3 will be the next idea. This will be question number 2. Is there a better way to advertise? So number 1, your topic sentence. Number 2, your experience. And number 3, your explanation. Number 2 can also be an example or support. And then number 3 will be explaining this. And for the conclusion, so a transition again, and then you will restate and summarize your ideas. So take a minute, pause the video, and create your outline. All right, so now you have your outline. Let's look at your outline compared to the outline I created. So we have our introduction. We paraphrase the essay prompt. Marketing in business is costly. So if we remember our essay prompt, it was companies pay a lot of money for advertising. So we talk about marketing instead of advertising, and we say it is costly instead of paying a lot of money. Then we have our thesis statement. So we're going to talk about advertising is a great way to promote a business, but word of mouth is better. So we're answering question number 1 with advertising is a great way to promote a business, but there is a better way, and that is word of mouth. All right, so then let's look at our supporting paragraph. So advertising is great at raising brand awareness. So it's good at promoting your brand. So when making a decision between purchasing different products, a customer will usually choose the brand they know. So it's good at promoting your brand. Without that marketing campaign, the customer may choose a different product. So we have our transition now. The most influential way to influence their target audience is through word of mouth. All right, and then we have paragraph number 3. So supporting paragraph number 2, this is word of mouth advertising. It's about word of mouth advertising. It's free and so we actually have 2 examples here. One, it is free because the customer will tell others about it. And 2, it is trusted because the advertisement is coming from a family member or friend. And then we explain more. So we talk about how the business grows organically. So organically is through word of mouth without having to pay anything. Then we have our conclusion. So our transition. In conclusion, paid advertising can lead to an increase in sales, but companies need to be sure company sales outweigh the cost of marketing. Organic growth is one way to ensure this. So here we restate our main idea. All right, so let's look at the full essay. Marketing products can be costly and companies will find expensive ways to implement various marketing campaigns. This may help to drive profits, but ultimately word of mouth advertising is the best way for a company to advertise because of its reliability and costs. So companies often use costly marketing strategies to promote their business. So now we're talking about our first question. This may be one great way to raise brand awareness because it helps customers become aware of the company's brand name. This is important because when making a decision between purchasing different products, a customer will usually choose the brand they know. Without the marketing campaign, the customer may choose a different product. So now our transition. Running a marketing campaign can be helpful for turning a profit, but the most influential way to influence their target audience is through word of mouth. So our transition works like this. We have our first idea in the first paragraph. Running a marketing campaign can be helpful for turning a profit. This is what we talk about in this first paragraph. Now we know what we're going to talk about in the second paragraph. The most influential way to influence their target audience is through word of mouth. So now we have our second paragraph is going to be about word of mouth. Although paid marketing is one way to promote a business, word of mouth is the most effective way. Word of mouth advertising is free and trusted. It is free because the advertisement comes directly from one of your customers. You do not need to pay for this advertisement because the service or goods you provide to the customer is so worthy they are willing to tell others about it. It is also trusted because the source of the advertising usually comes from a friend or family member. This is great for helping the business grow organically. When a business is able to develop organically, there's almost no way to stop the snowball growth of success. So this is a good phrase, snowball growth. That means something starts off really small and snowballs or becomes bigger and bigger and bigger because one person tells another person, they tell 2 people, they tell 4 people. So now we have a lot of people that know about the company. So in conclusion, paid advertising can lead to an increase in sales, but companies need to be sure company sales outweigh the costs of marketing. Organic growth is one way to ensure this. All right, finally, let's take a look at the outline and the essay and see where the ideas come together. So we have our red and yellow again yellow is our thesis statement, red is the paraphrased essay prompt. Then in our supporting paragraphs, we have the green, blue, and purple. So again, green topic sentence, blue is our support or example or experience. purple is our explanation. Now we have a brown color here. This is our transition. So again, green, blue, purple. And finally, the conclusion, we have red, the transition, and we have yellow, the restated main idea. So we can take a minute, you can look at this, and then we will look at the essay with the colors. All right, so we have our essay with the colors as well. So take a look at this, see how the outline creates this essay, how our ideas started from brainstorming to creating the outline to writing our essay. All right, so that's it for writing task 2, the 2-part question essay. As always, please subscribe. You can click the bell down below here. You will be notified. You will know when new videos are created. Make sure you are a part of our Facebook group. You can also find that in the comments below. All right, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.